the Haudenosaunee, and Matilda Gage. Hello to the grade 4 students at Fletcher. You'll soon have a class visit by 3 characters: newspaper reporter Thomas Short, college professor Horace Klein, and writer and speaker Matilda Jocelyn Gage. You, the students, will be playing the role of the Haudenosaunee, or Iroquois Nation, of New York State. Let's take another look at who the Haudenosaunee were in 1862. The 6 nations of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Seneca, Cayuga, Oneida, Onondaga, Mohawk, and Tuscarora, worked together to determine what was best for the Confederacy who lived in New York State. The Haudenosaunee thought equal rights for both men and women were very important. In fact, in the Iroquois Confederacy, only women were allowed to vote, but only men could be the leader of the clans. This made sure the clans did what the women wanted. In addition, the Haudenosaunee valued peace over fighting. The 5 nations of the Confederacy used to fight all the time. When they figured out that fighting was destroying their homes, families, and food, they decided to work together. The Iroquois became one of the most powerful Native American groups because they had time to improve their lives instead of worrying about fighting all the time. Finally, the Haudenosaunee believed that everybody needed to help the nation. Each person had responsibilities to the group for the group to be at their best. This is why both men and women were considered so important. There was much to be done, and everyone needed to help. Matilda Gage will be one of your 3 guests. Matilda Gage was born and lived her life in the Syracuse area, which is in the middle of New York State. When she was growing up, her parents used their house as a secret stop in the Underground Railroad, a series of houses escaped slaves would stay in on their way to sneaking to freedom in Canada. As a child, Mrs. Gage learned to feel bad for people who she thought were treated unfairly, such as slaves. As an adult, she tried to stop things that she felt were unfair. As an abolitionist, she pushed to end slavery and was hopeful that the North would win in the Civil War so that slaves would be freed in the South. Matilda Gage, whose son-in-law wrote The Wizard of Oz, also was angry that, during her lifetime, women were not able to vote in the United States. She knew that the Haudenosaunee women could vote and wondered why American women could not. She wrote books, newspaper articles, and gave speeches about why the United States should allow women's suffrage or the right to vote. Finally, Mrs. Gage did not like the way Haudenosaunee and other Native Americans were treated by the United States government. She felt the U.S. government was unfairly trying to get rid of the Haudenosaunee Nation by forcing them to become citizens. So please, be ready to tell your visitors Matilda Gage, Thomas Short, and Horace Klein about the Haudenosaunee way of life. They would like to hear about how the Haudenosaunee want peace, equality between men and women, and why they allow women to vote so that the U.S. government might do the same.